Hello, I'm Emilia. I'm originally from Czechoslovakia, which is now Slovakia in Europe, in the middle of Europe. And I have lived in Queensland for over 40 years. It is actually the only state in Australia I have lived in. And I've studied here, I worked here all this time. And I'm now retired, and I'm working in different voluntary organizations that I just spend my time with. And my journey into Queensland was that it wasn't something I really wanted to do when I was in Europe, but I followed my heart because my husband was here first time when I was still at school, and that's when the Warsaw Pact invaded the country. He was here sometimes, so we were in contact. And then when we had two children together in Slovakia, he just wanted to come here, and I had really no option but to follow him. And because the last place he knew was Queensland and it was Mackay, this is where we came to and stayed 10 years, and eventually we moved to Brisbane, where obviously together we had 4 children, but the way how we started in Mackay was quite difficult. I realized that I couldn't do the job I was doing in Europe, and we had a business for 5 years. I had 2 children while we had that, and so we found in Mackay that we were the odd ones out. It was a small regional place. There were not many foreigners, or vogues as they used to call us. But because we were working very hard, people mellowed, and they were actually very, very supportive. So I only have got good things to say about Queenslanders in a small place, in a small city like this. Then I also noticed that there were a lot of Aborigines in Mackay, but I just didn't perceive any real issues with them, apart for example, some disturbances when, around the pubs, but otherwise we really were getting on. And I actually checked up the Wikipedia definition of racism, and which is a discrimination and prejudice towards people based on their race and ethnicity. So that's how it really started. And I have to say I haven't myself encountered many issues, and that's despite of me studying university, getting a job in public service. There was only probably in the beginning when there were people who refused to talk to me because I had an accent. Right? And now how the situation is developing now here, I actually would say that there is a much bigger focus on racism, and that includes ethnicity, religion, color, whatever, gender. That actually is so much in our face these days that it is actually a bit oppressive, to be honest. I believe that if people are good or bad, that should be the recognizing factor, not whether you are yellow, blue, or purple, or whether you believe this. It actually depends on how you treat other people, whether you're tolerant, whether you're accepting, and whether you're inclusive. And I think a lot could be done by proper education and explanation rather than being told what to say, but preferably, I would say, explaining why we feel this way and what could we do, how to be more tolerant to everyone. The only other racist situations I could see probably on television during the sport, yes, because the attention is being brought to that and things should be dealt with. But lately, I've been actually noticing a few comments from our young people who are looking for a job that a preference to an Australian, especially when women are applying for a job, young women coming from different countries whose education is really very good, that a preference should be or would be given to an Australian. So whether we have progressed from the time of those 40 odd years ago when I came, yes, we did. I think we are probably much more aware of what is in, and we are trying to evolve in such a way that we do learn and accept the others and pretty much just how to live more peacefully with each other. And what I like about living in Queensland, obviously, the weather, but I also like people, very helpful people. And I'm not even mentioning the mud army or anything. I always need to, used to say that if I ever get into trouble anywhere, I just would like to have an Australian next to me because they jump in, they step in, they help you out. And I wouldn't want to move out of Queensland anywhere else, and especially from Brisbane. I just love being here, and I've got 2 homes now. And I haven't lost my old one, but I gained another one.